tell me, I know that, yes, we did the podcast. We said, at least my goal was to do an audio only podcast, and I released it as an audio only podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, many others. But over time, I have seen this, and I know that you have also seen this. There are a lot of people who put video podcasts also, where just two people talking about a topic, but they release the video maybe on YouTube or other video compatible platforms. So they do video as well as audio, right? Where does your comfort lie, or which way would you lean? Is it audio or video? What is your preference?
Ranga, having gone through the podcast now for some time, I'm not a expert in telling this answer for this, but I feel a video podcast is in my heart a little more. I swing towards the video for a little more, because right. At the end of the day, people like to look into who is speaking, what's the reactions, how things are going on. And for 1 minute, please take off all the Zoom meetings. It's a big hoax. I don't like Zoom meetings with 80 people in that. So they have said they have conducted lectures, etc. You don't even get to see the faces. You don't even know who is where. I'm talking about a one-to-one podcast. When you ask me a question, see, when I see you nodding, I know you're agreeing with me.
Right.
The moment your nod is horizontal, it looks like you're probably not agreeing with me. I think there are a lot of things got to do in the emotional. I would probably, again, getting back, I think you started the whole interview with a very nice the simile of a lecture room. If you just put a podcast lecture on an audio mode and ask 80 students to listen, I think that will be a little more difficult than actually putting it on a video mode where they may be able to hear something, where we can now show some slides, where you can show some emotions, or some action can happen. True. But anyway, the only advantage, as you said, in audio is, especially in this part, is when you're traveling for a longer distances, when you can, especially my previous place of work was about 1.5 hours of drive from my house. So if that's the time, I can just shut my eyes. I can slowly close my eyes, put your audio podcast to it, and keep listening to it for quite some time. And the other thing is, I can stop at any time. I can restart at any moment of time. I can get started with the podcast and hearing. So that sort of a thing can be heard anytime, anywhere. Is an audio podcast. But video podcast, yes, I would think it will go more of an emotional, and other reactions are better seen on a video
That's
podcast.
True. Certainly. In
especially if you have something scrolling by, especially you want to show something, these things can be shown on a video podcast.